When you decide to place text on your drawing, that text should be a certain size when it's plotted. So before we start placing text, dimensions, leader lines, or multi-leader lines on our drawings, you need to first establish how big that drawing is before you plot it and before you place any text on it. So we have a procedure here that we can go through and look at making sure that that text is going to be the same size. All of your note text, multi-leaders, dimension text should all be the same size all the way through your drawing, regardless if it's at a different scale, different type of detail or drawing. We're typically looking here at using site plans, floor plans, building sections, wall sections, and details, and the text on all of that drawing, all of the text is the same size. So we need to place it on a drawing. We need to determine the scale of how this is going to plot before we go through and place our text on there. The procedure we use is using annotative text wherever possible so that the scale and the size of that drawing text will be the correct size. Typically I go through and I have my menu bar open, which allows me to go to my View tab, and then I can pick my viewports. I usually pick one viewport, and I'll put it on the right layer here in a second. So there's a viewport, and I'm going to place it on the correct layer, which should be on a viewport layer, so that I can control how it looks, whether it's turned off or on, so it plots on or off. Checking on the inside of that box or picking on the inside of the box, doing a zoom extents. There's everything on my drawing, so I can locate the wall section right in the middle of where I want it to be. I can select the scale of that viewport, and I'm going to pick 1.5 inches equals a foot. Going back into paperspace, I can lock that viewport. Now it doesn't change or zoom in or change the scale when I zoom in on the inside of that view box. Through the paperspace viewport, I can place my text, and that text is going to be annotative. When you place annotative text through the viewport, it will be the same size that you've determined before in your settings for your multi-leaders and your dimensions and your text, so that it automatically will be the correct size. So it's a very easy procedure once you have it set up. And on these drawings, on these HTC drawings, I have the settings already changed, so that all you have to do is go up to the leader location, and you can pick the location of where you want to put your text. Pick a spot, hit enter, type in the text, 8-inch, use your capitals, CMU. There's a leader line, and that text is the correct size. That text is related to the size and the settings that are available in the current multi-leader style. And if I select that style, it tells me that, and I'm going to modify that text so I can look at it. The size of that text is going to be 3/32 of an inch, and it is going to be an annotative style text. The scale is annotative. It's going to create the 3/32 inch text through that paperspace viewport based on the scale of that drawing. It's annotative. The scale is annotative. And I hope that makes some sense as far as placing your text through the paperspace viewport. Otherwise, we have to scale up those items like text, dimensions, leader lines, so that the text will be the right size. Okay, so that's a fairly simple procedure once you get the concept down and you understand how that works. Hope that helps. See you in class.